I don't know how Germany did it, but they did it. They freaking pulled it off. They won. AKB is the hero. And that's it. That's the video. All right. Well, see you later.
Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but when Germany got that red card, I almost wanted to turn off the game. I go, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. But Germany put in one of the most heroic performances. Yes, AKB is the hero, but the whole team did such a great job. And I can't believe what we just watched. So that's what we're going to talk about, because this may be one of the best performances ever at a Euros by a team. And I say that because they were down a player for 100 minutes. It's crazy. And last quarterfinal was tonight, and they saved the best for last. I will say that, because going into this game, we know Germany has been hurt. Gwinn out, the other right back, red card. So they were already down. And I'll be honest, when we first talked about the game yesterday, or when we saw the matchups, I kind of said, I think France is going to win. I didn't necessarily want them to win, but I thought they were going to win.
Oh, yeah. I was rooting for Germany, of course. Kind of obsessed with Ann-Katrin Berger, and rightfully so, of course.
I saw a couple people online going, yeah, they're obsessed with her too. I think a lot of people are obsessed with her. You think they were going to win, but you don't do that. If you like a team, you think they're going to win if you want them to win. I think you're more like that.
I kind of thought France was actually going to win, and then the whole red card thing happened, and I was like, okay,
Well, and also, historically speaking, France had never won a match against Germany at a big tournament. So history was not on the French's side, but given how well they had played leading up to this, given Germany's play against Sweden, which was not great, and Ann-Katrin Berger had a pretty bad game, all those factors, you think, okay, France really has an advantage here. Also, Germany had a red card last match. Their right back, who was, because Gwinn is out, that was their now starting right back. She's out for this game. She can't play because she got a red card. And again, Ann-Katrin had a bad game last game. So because the backup starting new right back, if that made any sense, was out for this game, that meant Linder was going to, she was in the left, she went to the right. So there was a lot of things going on. There was a lot of things going on because it's already kind of a makeshift lineup in a way. And not just was Linder now a right back. 3 minutes in, Linder went down. She went down hard. She went down, and 3 minutes in, she's down. They had to tape her ankle. She was out for 3 minutes.
Yeah, this wasn't starting off good for Germany.
Yeah. To be honest, Germany was playing pretty well. France was playing pretty well. It was a pretty physical game at first. It was a pretty aggressive game from both sides. They both kind of were attacking. And then the announcer said something so funny. He said something like, oh, Germany's playing down with 10 players. Like, oh, this isn't good. It's only a couple minutes in. They're playing down with 10 players. And what is that?
That was foreshadowing, because this was just before the red.
Yeah. I heard that. I was rewatching the match when I was doing some notes, and he said that. I laughed. I go, he knew the future because he predicted this. So they didn't have Linder in there for a good 3-4 minutes. They were taping her for a long time. Then I guess let's go to it. Corner kick France, and the announcers didn't say anything. No one said anything, and all of a sudden, oh, they're checking for something. And the replay shows clear as day.
You see Hendrich pull Beattie's hair, clearly grabs her hair and yanks it, and then she like turns around and is like, what? Like, what the heck? So that was clearly a red card.
Everyone saw the replay. Beattie says red card. The rules guy, red card. It's obvious. I mean, there wasn't any real discussion on it. You can't pull someone's hair. Now the question is, did she do it on purpose or by accident, or did she think it was her jersey? It doesn't, intent matters, but in that regard, red card, you got to go. What's crazy is they brought Hendrich in to the Euros for experience. They said she's an experienced player. She's going to do experienced things. And what I've been seeing online is probably the stupidest red card they've ever seen, because that was so avoidable. So at that point, Sarah, it was 12 minutes down. two things happen. Obviously, she red card's going to be suspended for the next game. Actually, I could actually see them suspending her for more than one because things like that are serious. However, intent matters. At that point, even before the PK, because they were awarded a PK, I was thinking, should I turn off the game? I'm rooting for Germany, but is this going to be a bloodbath? Is it over? I can't watch them get pounded. You know what I mean?
You're so dramatic.
I know. PK, Ann-Katrin did get a glove on it. And at that point, I'm thinking, okay, PKs are back. People stopped being bad at PKs. Down 10 players for at least 80 more minutes. Then something crazy happened. Germany being down 10 players, somehow, Nüsken, Chelsea superstar, set piece off a corner kick, she scores a goal and it's all tied up in the 25th minute. I thought that was like something like, oh, they're going to score, but then France is going to come and score 10 more goals. I don't know. But
10 is a little wild,
but they come back, equalize. The German fans go crazy. There was a lot of German fans that you could hear in the crowd that they were cheering, all tied up. Oh, before then, I even forgot to mention this. In the 20th minute, Linder was subbed off. So she was taped up and they had to sub her out. So they had to use one of their subs really early. So, I mean, everything was not going right for Germany. Then they score. Then, not to say the tides were turning, but what do I always say when you're down one player? Be scared of the team who is down one player. Always be scared of that team. They have a kind of, in a way, nothing to lose because you're down one player if you lose. But B, they're playing like their life depends on it. 39th minute. There was a goal that was ruled offsides. It was so funny because Sara got a notification on her phone. They go, oh, they scored. And we were a tiny bit delayed on the game because something came up. So we played it like we were like 10 minutes behind. And I was thinking, oh, they're down 1. It's gonna start steamrolling. Your phone never got the update that the goal was called off. Their updates were being wild on the app.
Yeah, I think I stopped getting updates. After a while, I don't know. So I had to like actually go in the app and see. Yeah, did that happen to anyone else? Yeah. Was that just us?
39th minute offsides goal. Going into half, 1-1. Then also a couple good saves by AKB in the first half. In the 27th minute, there was a good save because Germany was defending. So obviously the ball's going to be on the German side. I think I always get that mixed up. You know, France, it was going to be on the German side. France was trying to score, obviously. Then in the 58th minute, again, another offsides goal. Ann-Katrin Berger made an amazing save. And then she almost made a double save, but it almost didn't matter because the player was ruled offside. So amazing save, almost a double save. And then they scored, but again, offsides. Not to say that Germany was getting lucky, but if France was offsides, I guess they're offsides. If I was a France fan, I'm always questioning those calls. She was pretty offsides if you look at the graphic. Then this is when the PK monster came back because Germany was awarded a PK. It was right by the line. It looked pretty definitive PK. And this is where Germany could have gone ahead. And all these minutes being behind, they could have gone ahead.
So Nüsken goes up, shoots, the goalie saves it, and the PK monster comes back, as Sara calls it, the PK monster. The PK curse. Yeah,
the PK curse. It wasn't the worst shot, but it wasn't great either. The location of it was right, almost was kind of to the French goalie. At that point, they could have gone up. Then, I mean, let's just go to it. Somehow, Germany makes it, so it's still tied at this point. They could have gone up. Somehow, Germany is able to force extra time. And I say Germany because they're down a player. I don't think anyone at that point thought when the game started, when they got the red, that Germany would have the energy to go 90 minutes, 80 more minutes, one player down. And as the game kept going on, Germany, there was never a point where you said, oh yeah, Germany, they're on the ropes, they're going to lose it. There was never a point where France really pressed them to where, okay, this is it. If anything, they were getting more confidence. They were getting better. They were playing with like heroics. They had like adrenaline. Maybe they were just going off adrenaline. At that point, I'm going to be honest, I still thought France was winning this. I thought my heart was going to get broken after everything Germany had done. But we're gonna go right to the save of the. This could be the save of the year, Sarah.
The century.
Yeah. So in the 102nd minute, Ann-Katrin had the save of the tournament, the save of the year. Is she going to get an SB for this? But the setup is it would have been completely heartbreaking because
it would have been an own goal because her own teammate headed it, back.
So it would have been an own goal. The way Ann-Katrin splays out her body, if that's a word, and her fingertips get it. And even Jen Beattie said she thought there was no way Ann-Katrin was getting this ball. None. That would have been the game winner. I fully believe that. But Sarah's joke was when your own teammate's trying to score on you,
you gotta put your body on the line. You gotta save it. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, no. Well, and that's what's funny. Somebody in a comment section goes, "Aren't we gonna mention it was her own teammate?" And to that, I say it doesn't matter at that point.
It's not like she did it on purpose. Hello, just the way it went.
Yeah. So at that point, that was maybe they felt like they can't lose. Now you can't think that way, but the commentators kept saying the closer that it gets to PKs, Germany has an advantage when they get to PKs. Historically, they've done better on PKs. This is a young French team, but Germany just put up a wall. They had a few opportunities, but it was a defensive wall. And Ann-Katrin had 9 saves up until that point. Then at the very end, Malard had a shot off the crossbar that if it was 2 inches lower, it probably would have been a goal. Maybe not, because Ann-Katrin was money tonight, but it was very close. So what does that mean, Sarah?
Well, off to PKs we go.
Yeah. And also, I'm thinking, okay, PKs, are we going to have another PK travesty? Disaster? Because obviously, I think it gets in people's heads. You kind of made the point. People get nervous. These German players were absolutely exhausted. But first up in the PK shootout, and I do think Germany definitely had the advantage. First up was Germany hits it, and that's a good way to start off. A good solid kick, hits it. Then first player for France, Ann-Katrin saves it. And I'm thinking, at that point, it was the first time I thought, okay, Germany's definitely winning.
Of course. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that AKB was not going to come through. And she showed that she's iconic and she's a hero.
Then Germany hits, France hits. Germany hits, France hits. Then Germany miss. And then France hits. So that means they're all tied up at that point. Then shot number 5. She's a regular PK taker.
Yes. I just knew she was going to make it. I mean, I just knew it. I felt it.
So she hits. France hits. Germany hits. France hits. So actually quality PKs. Are they hit the hardest? No. Are they in the best positions? No. But they're quality. Not like the Sweden English game. Then in the 7th kick, I guess they call it like sudden death kicks or something, Germany hits. Nüsken redeems herself with a kick. And she scores. At that point, Ann-Katrin went up to her and kind of said, "You got this." And she hit it. And I was so happy for her because I think if she would have, even though she was the goal scorer, if she would have not made it, that would have been heartbreaking. Then for the win, and if Germany saves this, they're the winners. Yeah, France misses.
In a historic, iconic, monumental moment, Germany's goalkeeper, Ann-Katrin Berger, saves it. She freaking saves it. Oh, and we went wild.
Yeah. And she saves it for the win. You know, Sarah and I were talking. It's always fun for the person who is saving the goal. I think a little more than even hitting the goal because all the pressure is on the kicker. So the fact that she saved it for the win, all eyes on her. She had her moment. Like, remember the Olympics? Ann-Katrin saved the penalty. She scored. She is the moment. That last French player, her kick wasn't horrible. The pace was pretty good, but the position was a little bit, maybe not the best, but that was a great save. That was not a cheap save. And that is it. These German players went how long? 80, 90, 110 minutes with one player down. and they still won in a PK shootout. I mean, this is maybe one of the best games Germany, given all the context, one of the best games they've ever played. One player down. That's like, to me, it's crazy. A couple notes about the game too. Nüsken, although this was great, Nüsken did get a yellow card. So that means she is suspended for the game against Spain, which is heartbreaking. Chelsea superstar. She's one of the best. She will be out the next game. Many times during this game, Germany was actually playing with 9 players because a few players got hurt. They went to the side. They got treatments. So for a good amount of time, 3 or 4 minutes, Germany was playing with 9 players. Crazy. 9 players against 11. That's like the little kids who play against 50, 2 adults against 50 little kids.
Yeah, that reminded me of that. Yeah.
Also, the Germany subs came in really late. I think Leah Schuler was the first sub other than the Linder sub in the 20th minute, 98th minute. They didn't make any subs until then. It's crazy. It's crazy. And also, Ann-Katrin Berger was the oldest German player ever to be playing at the Euros for Germany. And that is crazy.
That was definitely a good PK shootout compared to what we've been seeing. And let's see what people have to say. What a performance by Germany. Germany defended their goal for 121 minutes like their life depended on it. Loved the passion tonight. Yeah, totally. Respect, girls. I have never seen anything like this. Such a great performance. You are heroes. Very great, very big cinema. That was 100%. Girl power at its finest. You deserve it. Hats off. Yeah. Bunch of emojis.
Love that. Then someone goes, after Sweden, England, it was nice to see players who actually could take a penalty, which maybe Germany historically, I think, has been pretty good on penalties. And also, I know Germans are very strict in training, so maybe the strictness was a benefit. I don't know.
Whatever it was, it paid off.
Yeah. That save was outrageous. And then someone says here, I thought that was going to be a trash game following the red card, but it was probably the most entertaining match this tournament. I agree. I mean, the drama, the theater. But someone goes, so many young and promising players. The future looks bright for the French women football. Much love from Germany. Yeah, and then someone goes, mad respect to France from Germany. I really enjoyed watching you this tournament, especially against England. So the French team is young, I think that inexperience maybe hurt them. Maybe they got psyched out knowing, oh, we're 1 player up. We have to win. Oh, my God, we're going to win this. Maybe it just psyched them out. They didn't have the experience. It's young players with PKs. Maybe they got nervous, even though they did a good job at their PKs. Brand is my hero. She was amazing. Great performances from Germany tonight. Ann-Katrin Berger was on fire. Then someone for France says that our young people hold their heads up. They did amazing. Yeah. So many comments about Berger being amazing. I mean, I could probably scroll down for 5 minutes how many comments, but so many people are saying Ann-Katrin Berger was the hero of the game. So a lot of people are saying, from not that people are saying this, but the idea from zero to hero, from, I think even maybe Ari said it on the broadcast, the goalie can either be the villain or the hero. You know what I mean? You really can, because all eyes, when a goalie makes a good save or a mistake, any eye can look at that like, oh, that was good or that was bad.
She's a beast.
Yeah. And again, her story is amazing. Had cancer, and what she did at the Olympics, very, very, very cool. What does everyone think? That means Germany will face Spain. Now, I do think Germany is going to be a little beat up from the game. They're already players down. They don't have Nüsken. It's going to be tough for Germany, but they have all heart right now. In my head, I think Spain probably will win that match, but you cannot count out with Germany right now. So exciting. What did everyone think of this game? Questions, comments down below. And I don't know. Sarah, you have the final word, Sarah.
What a game. The Euros are great. We're going to be sad when they're done.
I know. We will.
So,
what do you guys think? And also, France, I don't think I even mentioned this. I feel horrible for the French fans and team being 1 player up and not being able to seal the deal, but I think maybe their inexperience really just got the best of them. And I'm saying if I was a team, I actually would not want to play against 1 player down. That you know what I mean?
Yeah, 2 players down. All right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Exactly. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.